Welcome to another episode of Five Lemons Laughing. I'm Amanda. I'm here with Melissa and Penny.
Hello.
Hello. Morgan and Drusilla are off living their life, so we send them lots of love. So let's jump into it today. Something happened to me recently, and it made me realize again that life rarely starts by shouting. It usually begins with quiet nudges, little intuition pops, like it's like a feeling, a little nudge. It's that quiet sense that something needs to be different. So, what brought this up is the other day, Loki, my horse, bit me and bit me hard. It hurt
Ouch.
that. Ouch. I know. It's been a few days now, and the bruise is turning like yellowy.
Let's see it.
Oh, I don't, for those who are
Oh my
can't
gosh.
see it.
It's worse than it was yesterday,
Yeah,
but it's healing.
that's how
Yeah.
bruises go.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah. So the bite isn't really the story. Yes, it's like kind of like the punctuation on it. And the thing is, the story is that he had been telling me for a while that he didn't want to do what I was asking. Like um not so subtle hints, right? But then I was in a tug of war, right? I was
Mm.
just not willing to listen. My ego, my dominance, my whatever, it just wasn't there. So after this whole incident, it made me stop and ask myself, am I present enough to receive what life is trying to show me before it bites me hard, hard?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I've had those experiences.
Mhm.
And I don't think life is happening to us as nearly as much as it is trying to communicate with us. And our bodies tell us when they're exhausted, relationships
Mhm.
tell us when they need attention or they're over. We sometimes don't listen. Our intuition quietly nudges and nudges us. And even nature has a way of showing us what it means to be present. So the question isn't whether life is sending us a message. The question is, are we willing to pause, slow down, and listen?
Mm.
And yeah, so think about a time when something seemed to come out of nowhere, and looking back, were there actually whispers before the shout? And Oprah always says that, like, they come at whispers, they come, and then they get louder and louder until they're screaming at you, and that's usually when pretty significant things happen.
Mhm.
So, what has been whispering? Are you listening? I
Well,
think
then,
life does that though. I think life, we're always like praying for guidance, but I think it's always here. Like I believe in Taoism. I believe in something that's a philosophy called Wu Wei, and that is that life just unfolds and life is happening, and you can essentially try to be a wave of the ocean and find your place in the ocean, or you can realize you're the ocean and move with life how that comes. And I do think some of that is being so present that you know what life is, the little whispers or the little shoulder taps.
yeah. But I see, here's the thing. Here's the
Yes.
thing that bites you in the arm, right? Is that like I noticed what he was doing. I noticed it because, dealing with him, I'm very present.
Sure.
So it wasn't like I was drifting off. It wasn't like I wasn't paying attention. He was telling me, and I think it was my arrogance, right? Um that I was asserting, and I wasn't doing it to be malice. In the moment I
Yeah.
thought that's what I should be doing, right? I was asking him to move around me, and he would step in, which is no, it's not good, right? It's not good, right? Your horse, because he was I don't know what it was, right? He was stepping in. So I could tell he was not pleased. Um, and I was asking him to move away. I was asking him to move. I wasn't hitting him. I wasn't doing anything. I was gently swinging my rope at him, towards him, to get him to move away from me. And yeah. And then
But you don't
yeah,
think that it was just part of of his herding, like
that's
his place in the herd, that he
I'm
was like,
sh-
"Hey, nope,
it,
this is my spot."
that's exactly what was happening, right? And that's why I was pushing against it, right? Like I was interpreting it as he was trying to be the dominant horse, right? He
Mhm,
wanted to be the alpha. And I was like, you can't be the dominant, right?
mm-mm.
Because that's all kinds of bad things
Yes,
happen,
all
right?
time,
All
yeah.
kinds of bad things happen. And and this is where doubt and fear comes in, right? Because I was doing what I thought I was doing it right. And and then he just lunged at me and bit me hard, right? So that's what it so I'm not sure what that power
Yeah,
I'm not I think I know. I'm not 80, 95% sure it was a power struggle, right?
Mhm.
Um, and it could because he's the dominant we have two horses and he's the boss horse of the two
mhm.
horses. And he tries to be the boss of every situation. So I think that's what it was.
So what were your little nudges? What were your little whispers on the way to the bite?
The ear pinning, the stepping into me, right? He was showing visible signs of getting agitated. And I was like, you can't do that, right? Like I'm the boss.
Mm.
So,
Yeah. That's a
so
really good example of life because we do that when when our will meets another person's will, people tend to escalate. It tends to escalate rather than seeing the other person's warning signs and stepping back because we do think we're right.
mhm.
And we do sometimes have a point to prove, and you're not going to take advantage of me, and I'm the boss of me, all that kind of stuff. And things do escalate, even with warning signs.
Yeah. And that's what was my arrogance was, right? Like I was pushing back. It's so funny that you said that about relationship because uh my husband and I went through a time that we were shouting at each other, "You're not the boss of me." It turned funny after a while, right? But like in the beginning, before we saw it, like we were both just pushing back at each other, for a certain,
Mhm.
we've been married 25 years. So this was a certain time
Yeah,
frame that we were
yeah.
moving through. Yeah. So thank you for saying, like, it is real life stuff. That's why we're
It is.
talking about it today.
So how do you do it differently?
I don't know, right? I don't know when
Yeah,
it comes to my horse stuff. Because this is definitely herd mentality
yeah,
stuff, which is super real life. Um, I don't
yeah.
know.
And you're kind
I
of at a
wish I had the
crossroad.
answer, right? But I
Yeah,
don't.
because you can't really back down because then you are letting you are supposed to be the alpha.
Yes.
And then if you do back down, it's showing that he can push you around.
Mm-hmm. God,
It
that sounds like a marriage, doesn't
It
it?
sure
or
does.
raising kids. That's what
Yeah.
I'm getting. Raising kids too. Or having
Hmm.
a pet. You know, you have a pet horse, I have a pet dog. I
Hmm.
mean, it's yeah. Like, when do you know? Like, in the serenity prayer, I like to always say, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the people, places, and things, courage to change the things I can, which is me, and then the wisdom to know the difference, like when to stand up, when to sit
Yeah.
down, when to speak up, when to shut up, when to say, no, Loki, you're going to walk around me, and when to say, hold it, maybe we need to pause here and gather ourselves. I mean, like,
Yeah.
that's like, how do you know? I mean, well, I know how to do that, I guess sometimes, but like the wisdom to know,
Yeah.
especially with what is he, like 1,500-pound horse?
Oh, he's probably 12, right? He's big.
Yeah,
17.
yeah,
He's a biggin. He's a big.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So that wisdom is what we're talking about, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Where's the wisdom? And it
Mhm.
What would have happened if you would have taken a break?
Well, that would have been the better option, right? Like I said, after he bit me, he got in trouble, right? Right or wrong, I don't know if this is right or wrong. I'm just a real life experience.
Reaction.
So, of
Mhm.
course, people out there, if I did it all, I mean, clearly I did something wrong because I got bit, but he got in trouble. Like I hit him in the nose with the rope because he bit me hard, and he's not allowed to do that.
Oh.
And then, that made me stop, right? Because my arm hurt. I couldn't think about anything. My adrenaline was up, and
Mhm.
I just had to stop and breathe.
Mhm.
And then I don't know, several minutes went by. And then I asked him really gently to do what I had been asking him to do, and he just did it perfectly.
Oh.
Mm.
And then we stopped our lesson for the day.
Gosh, you could have said Loki now. Honey, you could have done that the first time.
Yeah, exactly. You ever, right? Like, so I don't know where the wisdom is in that. Like, I don't know if I
Mhm.
would have stopped way before then and just taken all those breaths when I saw him reacting,
Mm.
just stepped away and then ask him to do it. I don't know if it took.
Here's a huge wrench in the whole idea.
Yeah.
What if it was all meant to happen? Because I always have this thing like it will if it should, right? I mean, or
Mhm.
it should have happened if it did.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. I mean,
So
yeah, my word for the year is acceptance, right? So yes, I accept that it happened that way. And I don't want life to bite me hard and leave bruises, right? I just would prefer that not roll out that way. Yeah.
well, maybe it's just a little wake up call.
Yeah, it's a big wake up call.
And
Mhm.
to know that Loki has still has some work to do
Yeah.
because he's a huge dominant horse, and now he's in a herd and a herd with two other humans. He's got to learn his place.
Yeah.
I mean, not in a bad way, but in a herd way.
Yeah. And he is a boss man and he's lived a hard life, right? He Amish bred and then a cart
Mhm.
in a big city, so he has definitely gone on to the school of hard knocks, which
Yeah.
of course, being compassionate. And that's like with people too, is now I'm not mad at him. I'm leery. We're leery of each other, right? When we're doing our exercises,
Mhm.
there's certainly a something that's happening. Like we're keeping an eye on each other. Uh,
Wow.
Well, this
yeah.
has happened before with Loki, not
He's
the
never bit
biting,
me. No, he's never
not
No,
the
but he bucked
biting,
you off.
but you've had
no,
trouble,
Oh,
he
distrust
spooked.
stuff.
Yeah,
oh, he
Loki
spooked.
spooked in
Yeah.
my saddle, like because I was trying. This is right when I got him. I was trying different saddles, and this saddle didn't fit. So the me and the saddle came off, right? So that wasn't Loki's fault. It was new environment.
Okay.
Horses, I mean, they're prey animals. So to leap forward and to get away from danger, that's just life. But herd
Okay.
mentality is life too.
Yeah. But you have had issues where you've had to regain trust with him and
Yes.
regain your confidence
Hmm.
on him or next to him, and,
Yeah,
so, yeah, I don't know what that all means, but
exactly. I know this is like an episode. I don't know where like there's no bow that I can put on this
mhm,
in
no.
Well,
in the horse example.
well, let's circle back to that. You're both kind of leery towards each other now, and you're kind of watching each other. Like he's watching to see if you're going to pop him on the nose again, and you're watching to see if he's going to bite you. So maybe that's where the work lies, is maybe you just I don't know, maybe there's something about confidence around him
Yeah.
or something.
So I'm certainly so now so it happened on Saturday. We've worked with each other a few days, a couple of days. It's Wednesday. So so I've worked with him twice since then. And we are keeping, like, there's this nervousness, right? It's probably me, it could be him, but I feel what it seems like is um he is looking for another way to show his dominance.
Dominate you. Yeah.
And I am now being a lot more aware of those subtle little things
Ah.
because they're really subtle. Their
Mm.
horses are really subtle, like in the beginning. So he's showing signs of that I probably missed before, like just him moving around and it's like I can feel it, and it is coming from me, so I do recognize that I'm contributing to this dynamic, right? My nervousness, my alertness is feeding his alertness too, but it just seems like he is plotting.
Just waiting, huh?
He's just waiting. So,
Wow.
yeah. So it's just interesting, and it does I see the super parallels, um, in life. Like, the best example is in my marriage. Like I was, telling you about the phase of life where Mike and I were like, "You're not the boss of me," and we were pushing against each other. And a large part of that was me waiting for him to do something, right? Anticipating him being a man, right? Because he's a man. And waiting to pounce on it, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
waiting for the evidence that
Mhm.
you're not the boss of me, giving me a reason to say that and do that and act that way.
Wow, Amanda, you might be working through all your man issues with Loki.
Yeah.
Still.
Maybe even your dad
Yeah,
issues.
haven't I done this? Haven't I checked that box?
Oh, I thought Mike was done biting me. Oh my God. Oh, what if it's just a lot of expectations? Like, just, you know, you're so good at staying present.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
I mean, I think you're going to find all your answers in the present.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm glad you said that about expectation, right? Because I still hold fantasy about my relationship with Loki, right? I do hold fantasy about that, some type of, oh my God, we're gonna have the best relationship in the world, and we're gonna be doing, this and that, and he's gonna love me. And like I still hold a lot of fantasy about um our relationship. I
Do,
will admit that.
do you think you're projecting some of your relationship with River, your previous horse that passed away,
But I,
onto
yeah.
Loki?
There, yes, because River was so sweet and so loving, and I mean, he had trauma issues, but it was completely different, right? Because he was a
Mhm.
really sweet horse that, liked a lot of attention and scratches and hugs and all this kind of stuff. And Loki just doesn't. He doesn't want to
Mhm.
be touched.
Not
He doesn't,
yet.
maybe not yet. And I
Mhm.
am, I'm a very hands-on person, so I do pet him. And I wait till he gives me permission. Like, when I walk up to me, he gives me an ear, kinda looks at me, like, um, but I think he's just tolerating it because he can tell that, I want to touch him.
Well, and maybe, he's had a hard life. You mentioned that earlier. Maybe he's just concerned that you'll touch him for a while and then you're going to say, nope, he's not the horse for me. Down the road you go, buddy. And so then he's got to, I mean, I don't know. I just got that impression that maybe he's just afraid you're just going to ship him down the road one day. And so why would he want to get close to you?
Well, there is that, right?
Hmm.
Because let me tell you, after he bit me, like, once I got it back in
Hmm.
the field, like, all the doubts and fears, "He's too much horse for me." Like,
Hmm.
maybe I should get rid of him. Like, all of those things
Hmm.
were in my mind.
Hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So funny, right? I mean, that's so, like, putting yourself in another person's shoes, right? Like,
Mhm.
abandonment things, like, I've heard of, I lived in a military community for a long time, and there is one way of dealing with it when a person goes on deployment for a long time. You start fighting, right? You start pushing
Oh,
people away, right? Because
Mhm.
it's this separation is
yeah.
easier, right? So,
Mhm.
Mm.
Yeah. I mean, and he has had different owners, so
Mhm.
that could be.
Yeah. Hmm. I've been listening to the telepathy tapes, like you said, Melissa. Oh my gosh. And there's an episode in there where I don't know, it was around horses, but also something about abandonment and the whatever was going on, the person just said, I'm not going to leave you. I'm not leaving. I'm here. And so that's just what's bubbling up for me is maybe just to assure Loki that this is it. I mean, r- he's at your house and he's your horse and he's part of your family. Are you willing to say that, Amanda?
It's so interesting how this relationship parallels my marriage so much. Because again, a season of our relationship, my husband and I's relationship, was when things weren't going well for an extended period of time. It came up like, are we going to just be done? Or are we going to make a commitment to stick for the rest of
Mm.
our lives? And this is
Wow.
after we had been married, you know,
Sure.
a long time.
Yep.
Yeah. And once that was stated again out loud, we're going to stick, right? Like
Hmm.
it's worth it. We're going to, no matter what, we're in this.
Hmm.
Uh, I mean, it just unicorns and rainbows just didn't appear, right?
Yeah.
But that's when things really started shifting, right? The work got a little bit easier because relationships are work. Yeah. So that's
Hmm.
so interesting, right? Because clearly in the back of my, because I fell off Loki within the first week, and so a month because I got him in October, so in my mind, for a long time after I got off, even got
Mhm.
fractured my shoulder, I was ooh, he bit me in the same shoulder too. So interesting.
Ooh, that's the
Um,
right side or left
the
side.
left side
And what is the left? Is that masculine
Receiving.
or feminine?
Receiving. Receiving.
Receiving,
the
but is
left
it
Yeah.
side is
Right.
receiving.
Right is giving masculine, left is receiving feminine.
Oh,
feminine? Hmm.
so interesting. That's a
Hmm.
thought. That's a sidebar.
Yeah. Oh, we
But
can
so,
analyze this till the cows come home, right?
yeah, so I have had in my mind more than once, like, okay, like, how would I sell him? How would I get rid of him? Like, how would I get another, like, replacing this relationship? So it has been in my mind more than once.
Is it in your mind when you're around him, like out in the stable with him
Um,
or in the arena?
no, not typically, right?
Okay. Yeah,
Not typically, but horses are psychic, right? They're
they
really
are.
psychic.
They can read
They
your
could
mind.
pick up. So even though it might not have been in the front of my mind, it could have, like I'm giving off something that's
Mhm.
not,
Yeah.
you're going to be with me for the rest of my life energy.
Mhm.
Hmm. Yeah, because I don't want to be harmed, right? I don't want to be in a relationship that's harmful.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe you
So
need to tell him
interesting.
that.
Yeah, I do. I do
Yeah.
need to tell. First of all, I need to decide
Hmm.
mentally, like,
Yeah. Is
are
this
we
the horse or not?
is this the horse? Am I gonna stick with it? Are we gonna move through all the bullshit? You know? Um, yeah, I'm not gonna make any declaration right now because this really needs to be something you know, that is with me, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
He's a, 1,000-pound animal.
You need to do some writing about it, praying
Mhm.
about it. You're
Yeah,
talking about it. Yeah. Yeah.
so
What do you
interesting.
want out? What do you want out of a horse? Like, do you want to be able to ride him? Like, do you want to every day, like, hey, I'm coming out to ride you when you talk to him, and then spend a few hours riding your horse and then grooming, or how does your day look with the horse? Like, what are
Yeah,
your expectations
uh, my expectations are
or desires? Or
yeah,
or just what would be your desires or your preference?
yeah, so my preferences is that we have a connection, that we spend time together, um, we have fun, we laugh, um, Yeah, that's what I want out of our relationship. Um,
Do you want it to be easy?
I would like it to be easy, yes. But I've been thinking lately, I've heard someone talk about on some podcast that like life isn't always easy, right? It's just not. And I've tried to get my life easy and get away from hard things, but I think I've swung too far
Mm,
from that, right? Like, mhm,
Yeah, I disagree. I think life can be easy, but
mhm,
you're always going to have things that don't feel good and things that do feel good. And so
mhm,
then you can have life easy if you can accept both of those things. It
mhm.
just because something's hard doesn't mean it's not easy.
Exactly. Right, right. Like,
Just because it's tough or it hurts or it's
mm,
causes suffering doesn't mean it's not easy.
mhm,
'Cause I really feel like I have transformed my life in a lot of ways to be easy in a lot of ways.
mhm.
And it doesn't always mean it's everything's hunky dory.
Yeah, I would agree. I would agree.
So what else? You want a happy connection,
I do.
an easy connection.
Mhm. I wanna do
fun.
fun stuff, right? I wanna do fun stuff.
Are you a trail rider? Do you want to do stuff in the arena? What's your
We
big wish?
um, I wanna do all of the above, right? I remember having a horse when I was little, right? And, and my dad picked out the perfect horse. It's just this old mare, and we literally did whatever I asked this horse to do, it did it with no, you know, it just did it. And so
Mhm,
I think that's my
Mm,
fantasy in my mind, is
mhm,
that we should get it, I should be able to get on him and just do anything. And,
mhm,
at the
mm,
end of right before River died, that was our relationship, right? Because we had worked through most of his fears. We were progressing along, and then he passed. So, we're a Loki I mean, River and I were together for 3 years, so I have to
mhm,
remind myself, like, it took
mhm,
a long time to get there,
mhm, mhm.
and I did ask for I asked the universe for a horse that would take me to the next level, because when I was looking for
mhm.
horses, I'm like, "I want a horse that'll take me to the next level of a equestrian."
Well, you're definitely getting to the next level.
Yeah, yeah,
Wow.
and it's
Well,
so amazing. I see the parallels between this conversation and so many other parts of life.
mhm. And the whispers, like, you don't know what you kind of have to stay present and really like let them show up and talk and pay attention to what the universe is telling you because I really do think I mean, what if the next I'm just totally playing devil's advocate.
Yeah,
But what if the next part of being an equestrian is you realize this is not the horse for me?
yeah,
You know what I mean? Or it is the horse and we have 2 more years of building a relationship. I don't know what your story is, but being open to whatever that whisper is instead of what you want it to be or
what
you're expecting it to be.
yeah, and therein lies the rub, right?
Mhm.
That's yep, that's how it escalates, yep. Mhm.
That's interesting, that you say that, Melissa, because, one of our cats is missing, and it's been, like, 4 days. I think Friday night on our camera was the last time that we saw her on the camera, so it's, I don't know, 4 or 5 days. And I live out in the country, and when cats go missing, it's not like you're in the town, "Oh, they must have went to the neighbor's house." They could have, we've talked to all the neighbors, nobody's seen her. But I've been getting, like, I've been asking the universe and Emily, I'm just saying, "Emily, just show me what's going on. If you're out on an adventure, just let us know that you're okay." And I got a intuitive hit this morning as I would, that twilight time when you're first waking up in the morning is a supposed to be the best time to really commune with the universe and Holy Spirit and because we're not quite awake, but we're awake, and so we're more open. And something told me to go look on Sycamore Avenue. That's the road next. It's I don't know, fourth of a mile away from us, because I got an intuitive hit that she was hit by a car. But I just don't know if these are real or if this is my ego making up shit. And
Mhm.
so, like, yeah. So, but I'm gonna take action and I'm gonna go look along Sycamore Avenue and just see if there's any evidence there. I mean, we've looked everywhere and we can't find any evidence of anything. And part of me thinks, well, that's good. At least something, whatever happened, they ate her. So then the circle of life completes. But but yeah, it's just interesting to know when we get those whispers if they're like I'm practicing taking action on them because I don't know. I'm not, I guess I'm not um practiced enough to trust that, oh yeah, she's on Sycamore. She just sent you the message. You can go get her body and then have a nice funeral for her, celebrate her life. So I don't know. I'm not practiced enough to know if it's real or not. And so, yeah. And part of me doesn't want it to be real either. So
Mhm.
I think
Right.
that applies here, but it's just
Yeah.
listening. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that is it, it exactly applies here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Oh, hope Emily comes back.
Me
Me
too.
too. Yeah. She's a great
It
cat.
never know. It's surprising what cats do. You
Yeah.
can honestly think, oh my God, I live out in, the Joshua trees of California. There's no way she's alive
Mhm.
still. And then she might just come, walking right in.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this is the same cat that was gone for 2 days before.
Yep. Yep.
Hmm,
Yeah. I just keep saying she's on an adventure.
yeah,
And I mean, she's an indoor outdoor cat. She's seven
yeah,
years, 8 years old. So she's adept to our
yeah.
environment. So I would hope that she was listening to the whispers herself,
Mhm.
but maybe she ignored them for 1 second. And that's all it takes.
Yeah.
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 Oh.
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah.
So what do you think, Amanda?
Just it is a lot to think about. It is a lot. And I've been here before. Like, is this horse my horse? But then, like then we get really start so maybe this is something that's super interesting. Right before this, like things were like we were definitely making that connection. We were definitely, you know, in sync. Like our practices were going really well, our little work together, like it did feel like a really strong connection was building. So look at me trying to doubt that. Was that just like me like stepping back and letting him be the leader and that was the bite, and that was where it came to a head? Um, or was it that we were really forming a connection and then it got the connection got scary?
Oh,
Mhm.
that's an interesting twist.
That's an interesting twist, like so and I'm not saying it was him, but it could, be
Hmm.
like that whole abandonment stuff. Like, do I really, I say I want connection, but do I really want to get invested in this horse, right? Do I really want to connect that hard?
Well, and I'm going to just put it out there that
Yeah.
River passed away unexpectedly and you were very connected to him.
Hmm. Yeah.
And so there could be that fear underlying unconsciously that, oh shit, if I get close to Loki and something happens, I have to go through all of that emotion again
Hmm.
because you were devastated.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Hmm.
I used to volunteer for this hospice that I love the work. And there
Wow,
was
I
a
didn't know
rabbi.
that,
I
Yeah.
Melissa.
didn't know that either. New nuggets, Melissa.
And there was this rabbi who was my trainer and was a big part of the organization. And he used to say he had a certain pair of shoes that he wore to go around the hospital and to talk to people. And the stuff was so heavy and so emotional that he always would come home and take his shoes off before he got into other shoes to come into his house.
Wow.
And
Wow.
it was really like a change of energy for him. Like
Yeah.
I will leave this here and I am going to go with other energy. Um, maybe something like that would be helpful when you go to the arena.
Hmm.
Like you're literally leaving all this other energy out because horses are psychic and they're sensitive. And you go in with like an empty bucket, a clean, empty, um, you know, person.
Maybe you need a new pair of boots.
Yes, that's another. These are a new pair of boots.
Right.
That's so funny. I just bought a new pair of boots.
Oh my gosh.
No, but I was
Perfect.
wearing them when I got bit, so that didn't work.
Okay. Well,
But you can
you can cleanse
symbolically,
them.
yeah,
You
you
can
Yeah.
can,
cleanse
and you can
them.
symbolically just like
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
don't all the other stuff you do in life, you
Hmm.
don't wear those shoes in with Loki. You wear just one pair of shoes that are just or whatever.
Yeah.
I like
It's
that though.
essentially just leaving, coming at him without any baggage, without
Hmm.
anything,
Mm.
purposefully leaving that behind before you interact with him.
I love that. I love that. And that's so funny because after yesterday's um workout time, because Mike works with his horse, Percy, at the same time. And we were talking, I was like, maybe tomorrow, so today, we just do something completely different. Like we don't even go in the arena. We just walk down the driveway. Something maybe
I
that's,
like that.
yeah. Hit the reset button. I feel like going
Hmm.
and smudging the arena.
Do
Mhm.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have a
Yeah.
drum? Maybe you could just ask all the bad energy to leave.
I have a bell. I use bells
Oh,
for that.
okay.
So I'll do a
Okay.
bell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will. I'll do that later on today. And that's ritual. That's a little
Hmm.
witchcraft. Like it doesn't take, I believe it doesn't take that. Like my intention to
Yeah,
cleanse the area, but something about doing the ritual of it brings it so
Hmm.
present in the
yeah,
mind.
yeah.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Hmm. Yeah.
And
Wow. I love this story.
I do too. And I was just gonna one little last note is
Yeah.
when you have children, you have to really love each of them. I don't think you ever love everybody totally the same or the same amount of we always say we do, but we have different um, you know, our kids are different for us. They feed
Right.
us and they take from us in different ways. And so it's been helpful for me to see my children as the different children that they are.
Mhm.
And I just don't know how that works with your horses, but when you were talking earlier, I was thinking, oh my gosh, that's just like when my second one came, and I was expecting to have a very similar relationship with him like I had with my first one. And it was totally different.
Yeah, it's so true. Mhm. Yeah, because my fantasy, right? My fantasy of Loki, I'm trying to project that onto that relationship instead of seeing that relationship as it
Mm.
is,
Wow.
which is,
That's a powerful declaration right
that
there.
is a powerful
Yeah.
declaration, which happens, not in just this example, but like I'm
In
sure,
life.
if people listening or I'm hoping that people listening are applying it to their whatever
Yeah.
circumstances happening.
Hmm.
Thank you guys so much for letting me talk
Yeah.
through this.
Thank you.
Um, because I felt a little lost, right? Like after it happened, like all of the, oh my God, what did I do wrong? I just can't do this. Like all of the feels were coming up, all of the fears.
Mm. Yeah.
Hmm.
It's understandable.
Hmm.
And thank God you have us to
I
work
know.
through those fears.
Yes. I love my community.
Yeah. That's so awesome. Wow. I mean, we covered a lot, ladies.
We
My
did.
gosh. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the first thing that we talked about, I'm going to share my post-its, is just look for the warning signs. I mean,
Hmm.
maybe they're not always warnings, but just look for the signs. They're there. Um, I also later on wrote, but I'm going to say it now, you know, be open to what the whisper is, whatever it's delivering, just be open to it and, take some action on it too, because seeking the wisdom in it is a really good thing. And I like what you said, Melissa. Um, on my journey, we've all heard, I've heard that, everything's happening exactly the way as it is supposed to. So, ooh, I'm a little delayed. Oh, there he is. Okay. Um, it should have happened if it did. I just loved when you said that, Melissa. It should have happened if it did.
Mhm.
That's like one of those little mind benders that you have to really think about it. It should have happened if it did. Yeah. And then all the answers are in the present moment. We talked about that last week too. And then just see the relationship as it is. Don't try to project or have a
Mhm.
fantasy about what it is or anything like that. So, perhaps this week, instead of just asking, what do I need to do to, whatever, maybe try saying, what is life already showing me? And then maybe the answers you've been searching for are just waiting somewhere ahead, or maybe they're quietly walking alongside of you, right in the arena with you. So, yeah. So, just slow down, pause, pay attention to the whispers, be present in the moment, and everything's going to be revealed to us if
Mhm.
we allow it. So, like we said, what did we say? The left side is receiving. So let's receive the messages. Let's receive. Yeah.
Ah.
Did that hit
Or they
home, Amanda?
break or you get bit.
Yeah.
So
Uh,
interesting.
Yeah.
so much more is going to be revealed. I can't wait to see what's going on with yours and Loki's relationship. It sounds like it's powerful, powerful opportunity for you, Amanda,
Yeah.
and for all of us. I mean, you are a great inspiration for everybody that's listening. So thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you. We love you. And remember, Amanda's transformation is our greatest joy, and all of our transformations are our greatest joy.
Uh,
Oh, I love you, Penny. I love everybody here.
Keep coming back. We love you.
bye.
Bye.
Mhm.